I've made a decision today, so that's why we're doing a video. Hey guys, it's Jess from She's the Posh. Welcome back. And today we are doing another handbag battle between the large Christian Dior book tote and the medium Christian Dior book tote. Which one is the right one for you? I make videos anytime I want, so please remember to hit subscribe below and ring my bell so we can become best friends here on the internet. Okay guys, I've been doing some adulting. As you saw from my last video, I've been kind of going through my closet and purging and kind of looking at the stuff in the bags that I have doubles of and seeing what I can part with, and I can put that money towards another bag. So we're doing a handbag battle between these two Dior book totes. I've always wanted to do this, and I've decided that I'm going to be selling one of them. So I thought this would be fun. I would show you the comparison of the bags, the pros and cons, and then let you know which one is leaving my collection. And maybe this will help you decide what to add to your collection or take away from your collection. So we're going to talk about these two book totes here. So this book tote I just got, I have had this one for less than a year, and this one here I've had for about 3 years. When I bought, like, it's barely in the screen. Let me scoot back for this one. So when I first bought this bag, I think it was like, this bag's like 3 or 4 years old. I believe it's 3. I got it secondhand, but these book totes were selling for right around $2,500. I ended up getting this one in like new condition for right around $2,000. So I figured that was a fair deal for it because I did get it under retail, and that's always great when you can. Now these book totes sell for way over $3,000. So I have done some reviews on this book tote, basically pros and cons. So I'm just going to briefly go over this for the comparison video. Now I have to say these are absolutely gorgeous bags. I know sometimes we see that high price point and we're like, is it justified because it is not leather? However, both of these book totes are embroidered. Even though they're embroidered by machines, it's absolutely gorgeous. There is texture to every little piece of this. The Christian Dior is textured, and you have the beautiful Tote print all throughout this, and this is in the navy. You can get this customized with your name on it. Obviously, I don't really do that stuff because what if it leaves my collection kind of thing. You have these handles here, and it's a very structured bag. However, it does go down flat, so you can push this down and store it flat if you desire. With this bag on the inside, you have no organization whatsoever. There's no zippers, there's nothing. All you have is the tag, so it is a giant pit. So this large size was the first one to come out, and I think what originally drew me to this bag is I just fell in love with the simplicity and also the beauty of it, because this print is such a historic print, and I just thought it looked gorgeous and chic with everything. Now this strap here is long enough to fit on your shoulder. However, if you have a big poofy coat, it's not going to fit on your shoulder, so it'll fit in the crook of your arm. Now this bag does have a little bit of a weight to it. It's not terrible, but there is a weight to it. And this particular size of a bag, you could easily overstuff because it goes all the way up. Every time I've used this bag, it's usually been for work, or it has been when I take it traveling, so I would stuff it. I have not taken this on a plane. However, I don't recommend taking this particular bag on a plane just because of the height of it. It is hard to fit and stuff under the seat in front of you. You might have to stuff it and finagle it, which I don't recommend. And if you do get it pretty overstuffed, these handles tend to start to hurt. Again, I've had this bag so long that I am starting to see some wear. So I thought I'd show you some of the wear that happens with these bags, regardless of the size. For the handles, I have had some little bit darkening, not terrible for the amount of use it has, but just enough that I'm starting to see some wear to it. I have a little bit of wear to the corners, just a little bit of rubbing, nothing crazy, nothing, it really surprised me how well these do hold up. Few little pop stitches here and there, But other than that, it's in really a great shape. I do love, like sometimes with these straps, when I am like just taking it as a travel bag, sometimes I'll stuff these straps in so I can easily set it somewhere that maybe won't fit on a shelf. So I have stuffed the strap, and they do bounce back to life pretty easily, which I also love with that. What I don't love is the price point, over $3,000. It's definitely not something I think I would buy in that price point. Also, to use it for work and other ways, I ended up having to get an insert for it that I would put in here to just keep everything organized for work, so I didn't have it just rolling around in there. So I like to have my computer organized, have my computer in there, and then I would also use it as my handbag that day and have pens and different things that I need for work, notebooks and stuff organized. So that's the only thing with this particular bag in this large size, is you don't really have organization unless you add it. Now let's look at the smaller version, which this version I think has been out for about 2 years now. This is another color, can't remember the exact name of it. Again, it's the same exact thing as the larger version. You can fold it down flat if you want. It does have the similar size straps here, so you can wear it over your shoulder. Again, it does have the same problem where you can't wear it with a puffy coat or a super thick sweater. Again, it's all embroidered. I believe the price of these smaller ones is right around $3,000 as well. There's not a huge difference between the price points of these bags, so I think it's helpful to kind of compare them. There is an even smaller size than this. I believe it's a small. I think they call this one the medium. There's a small, and then there's like a mini bag, which I just don't think is cute at all. But this one is more like a handbag size. Now this bag is smaller than a Neverfull. It's not going to be something that you can stuff with a bunch of things. However, you can easily fit. I can fit my 13-inch laptop in here. I can also fit larger iPad if I need. I could use this as a work bag as well. I don't have an insert for it, but I could easily buy an insert. I have it. I needed the insert with it. Have I used this as a travel bag? I have not. It's not something that I think would work with that. But with this particular color, I do think this is a bag that I could wear this time of year in the fall. I do feel like this color is great spring and summer. I haven't had it through the winter, so I don't know if this is a bag I'm gonna carry in the winter time. Again, just because it's so cold here, I'm always wearing a poofier jacket. This one I got a great deal on because I had sold some things, and this was on Fashion File, and they're doing one of their sales where they're having like an extra 10% off. So this bag was in like new condition, came with everything, and it was retailing for around $2,600 and usually retails for over $3,000 and then have tax to it. So it was $2,600 with tax. But I also had sold some bags, so I had about $1,000 credit that I put towards it as well. When I first got this bag, I thought that maybe I would get rid of the other bag, but surprisingly, I haven't carried this bag as many times as I thought I would. So that's something that has surprised me and shocked me, because I really thought that I would carry this bag all the time. And I think this bag is so beautiful and pretty that sometimes it kind of feels more dressed up to me. Even though it's a casual bag, for some reason, like looking at this, I feel like I have to be dressed like really nicely to be carrying this Christian Dior bag. That's how I feel with most Dior bags, that I have to be looking cute and nice. Whereas with my Louis Vuitton and my Saint Laurent bags, I don't feel like my outfit has to be on fleek. I just think that if, you know, I could be cute. This is normally what I wear, is like more casuals. And having this with this bag, I just don't think it necessarily looks right per se to have this smaller version, because smaller version seems more dressed up to me and less casual, if that makes any sense. Let's compare the two sizes. So the dimensions of this large book tote here, the length is 16.5 inches, the height is 14 inches, and the depth is 7 inches. And this drop length here is right around 7 inches. Whereas the medium size here is 14 inches with the height of 11 inches and the width of 5.5 inches. So what I noticed the most about these two bags with their size here for me is definitely the width of the bag. Because as you see on me, I'm about 5'3", I'm a size 6, and I kind of notice, I feel like this larger book tote kind of like swallows me completely. Like basically you can't see my torso at all, and I feel like this one just fits my frame a little bit better. And as you can see, This one, it just feels so monstrous and large. And this one feels cute, not as wide. It's cute and small, dainty, and more girly. I do feel like this is a very girly bag, and for some reason in this smaller size, it feels very girly as well, and maybe not why it feels as casual for me. Now, look at the prices of these bags. I said they're not that big of a difference. I just looked it up now to make sure, so the prices could be different. I have no idea. So many price increases, but this bag here goes for $3,500 as of now, and this bag here goes for $3,350. So again, not a huge price difference. So when you think of it, you think if you want a bag for travel, if you want a bigger bag, you would think just spend a little bit extra and get this larger size than this one, because this isn't a travel bag. This isn't something that you could stuff all your things in, but it's not something that you could just overstuff. If these two bags existed at the same time I was buying this one, when I bought this 3 years ago, would I have gone for this bag? And I have to say probably not, because looking at those prices, I would think, hey, I'm getting a lot more bag for my money. I should go with this larger one because I can use it for travel and I can use it for work. That's what I would think. However, you look at some of my past videos, this large book tote is actually terrible for traveling if you travel by air, just because of how it fits on the conveyor belt. I'll have that video where I get into real depth of why it is not good to travel on a plane. But if you're someone that doesn't travel by plane or anything like this could be a perfect bag for you if that's what you're looking for. So when I compare these two bags, what are my thoughts? And for me, I think it's based on your style and what you plan to use the bag for. These are basically the same bags. They're beautiful, they're embroidered. You're gonna get high quality no matter what. And it comes in all different colors, and they have such like fun prints that you get in it for as well. Price point, they're very similar in price point. So it comes down to, if you're someone that wants a bigger bag for travel, if you're taller, this bag probably would look amazing on you. If you ever see the Dior models and they are rocking this large bag, it looks absolutely gorgeous on them because their torso is not being swallowed up by the bag. It's not the length of their legs. I think they look absolutely gorgeous and stunning. So maybe if you're taller, if your style is a little bit more casual, I would go for the larger one, because the larger one also feels more casual to me than this smaller one does. You're someone whose style, you like to be a little bit more girly, you like to be a little bit fancy, and you don't need a big bag. It's not something that you like, but you like the look of the bag. You like this print, you like the look of it, and you are obsessed with it. You can't get enough of it. I was, when I finally added this bag to my collection, I was like, it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it. I could not get over the print. I could not get over the look of it. Even though it's a simple tote, I just fell in love with the Christian Dior, the print that's all over, the embroidered, the beauty of the bag, and you want to be able to use it a lot more. I would go with a smaller size, because this is more of an everyday handbag size, where if you don't travel a lot and you don't need that huge bag, that this is a bag that you most likely go to, especially if you're also a little bit shorter, you have a smaller frame, then maybe going for this medium size, you're still getting a big size bag that you can use for work. You could always use this for travel as well, just not something you can stuff tons of things in. Then I would go for this bag. And for me, the battle of the bags is this medium size. Even though I've only had this bag less than 6 months, I think I got it this spring. So far this year, I've only carried this bag once, and I have rented the bag out. And I decided that it was time to let it go, because it is starting to see some wear. I have rented this bag out probably about 4 or 5 times. I spent $2,100 on it, and I thought, well, let's see what I can get for it, because it is starting to show some wear. And if I just keep it longer, I might not be able to get as much money on it. And realistically, am I going to wear this bag more this year now that I have my Saint Laurent big shopping tote that you see back here? Now that I have that bag, it is not something that I'm gonna reach for as much anymore. So I thought I would just keep it for a rental, and I have, but I have only rented this bag out once this summer, so it doesn't seem like other people are gravitating towards this bag as well. So that's why, if it's not making me money and it's not something I'm going to carry, it's time to let it go. So I went ahead and I submitted this bag to a few places. I did Rebag, and Rebag is not accepting these bags. They said, we're not looking for the large book tote. So that kind of shows you too that resale sites like Rebag that accept tons of bags are no longer accepting large size because it is on its way out. It is not something that people are looking for now that you have the other sizes. So then I went to Fashionphile is not accepting the large size either. So then I went to Yuki's Closet to see, and they did offer me just under $1,600 cash. Obviously I could get $1,700 if I waited for it to sell, but I just go for the quick cash that I'll get sent in my PayPal. So I'm gonna get just under $1,600 for this bag that I originally bought for $2,100, and I used it. I had it for 3 years. I rented it out, so I'm not losing any money getting rid of this bag. Basically, that's where I kind of came to the conclusion. I've kind of fallen out of love with this particular size of the bag. It's just not something I need for my lifestyle, and I haven't been renting it out, and it's time to let it go. Okay guys, that is everything. Let me know if this is helpful for you. Do you think the large Dior book tote is on its way out? Do you notice that not many people are carrying it anymore? What are your thoughts? And as always, I want to thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you again. Bye guys.